Hello, I thought I'd start going through some of the boxes of the retro hardware I've got here. See what's in them, because I can't remember. We've got a stack of floppy drives here. This particular model is supposed to be useful for converting to an Amiga floppy drive. So the reason I've got so many of these is I bought 3 at a good price, but didn't realise these had got grey front bezels and I wanted the cream, so I've ended up buying 2 more. So plenty of spares of them. This is a Sinclair Spectrum Plus 3. This was an eBay purchase. It was just the unit itself. I was after this because it wasn't in the best of condition, and I've got a project in mind with the Plus 3. And the one I've already got, I didn't really want to break it down. However, since finding this, I've actually managed to source just a PCB for one of these. So what I'm going to do with this instead is hopefully try and clean it up. And I've got some spares. I've got a spare power supply, so I might put that with this and then maybe just sell this on. As part of that project, I also picked up one of these, I think they're 1:8 cases. The Spectrum or Spectrum Plus. It's just the casing with the keyboard membrane. And again, I've got a plan for what I want to do with this, which is not to use it as it is. The keyboard in this, I think, is faulty. The membranes are notorious for going faulty in these. It's got all the stand and everything. I think a 48k PCB will fit inside one of these. I think that's what a lot of people do with them. And some of the newer builds of PCB, you can pick these up on eBay for fairly cheap. Not entirely sure how that's going to work out. Another slightly more obscure one for me is the this Acorn A3000 board. I was looking at those on eBay, and they were going for quite a bit of money. I was sort of semi-interested in having a look at one of these. We used to have one at school. Never really allowed to go on it. That's how it was at school sometimes. So I've just bought a bare board that needs attention, as you'll probably be able to see. I have given this a little bit of a clean up just to try and stop the corrosion, but as you'll see down here, that's where there should be a battery, but all this area here has got all corrosion from the battery leaking. That's done quite a bit of damage, so I started to get some bits together for this. I've got some of these 0 ohm resistors. Try and replace these around here because that's all they are. There's some other bits to replace. I don't know if it will show up, but the little chip here has actually split. I don't know whether that's physical damage or what's happened to it, but it certainly isn't very happy. So that's another little project. I've got no keyboard for this, no floppy drives, nothing, just the board. And then I've bought from Retro Kit an Archimedes A3000 serial upgrade kit. I can't really put this on camera because it's got address details on it. Let's have a look. Yeah, so this is just basically a couple of chips that are normally unpopulated on the A3000 board, and I believe they go here and here, and then that gives you a working serial port in theory. And I've also got these upgraded ROM chips that I've bought. The ROM chips are over here. That's these 4. They've had a little bit of corrosion on them, but I think the originals are probably okay, but this these are just a newer version of what's already in there. So, okay, a larger box here. This is marked BBC. So we've got a few bits in here. Floppy drive. I think this actually belongs in this enclosure, but it's ended up out of it for whatever reason. I think this is a single-sided drive. Looking at the heads in there, looks like it's single-sided. No idea if it works. It came as part of a purchase with an actual BBC Micro. What else have we got here? BBC Micro keyboard. I believe this is one that came with an actual motherboard. Just a bare board. I've got a couple of those. Wordwise books, which would suggest that we've got some Wordwise ROMs in one of these machines. And here's one of the BBC Micros. Very, very yellow, this one. Like a lot of people, I was exposed to these through school. That's really where my memories of these are from. It's very yellow. This is unfortunately the one that got damaged, as you can see there on the corner. Ironically, this is the one that was posted in an aluminium flight case, and it's the one that got damaged. The others were fine. I think what's happened here is the inner part of the casing on this section has forced that corner out and caused it to just break out. I've still got the parts for that, but whether that can be glued, I don't know. And another of the same. This one's missing the little breakout here. Same sort of thing, nothing really any different to the other one. I think this one's quite as yellow. I've always found these keyboards horrible to type on. Although this one does feel a little bit better than the other one, I have to admit. And last but not least, another BBC Micro. I think at least two, if not all three of these have got faults. And I believe that definitely one of them is power supply related. I do have some parts for fixing the power supply. Retro Clinic do a kit, and I bought 3 of those to fix all of these, or just to replace all of them as a matter of course, whether the power supplies are dead or not. It just makes sense to do it. This one looks like it might actually have had, maybe had EcoNet in at some point, maybe, I don't know. Something's happened there. Maybe someone's added a non-standard port in, I'm not sure. Also BBC related is this. I don't know if anyone will have seen these. I didn't see these when I was at school, but this is something that I had some involvement with during one of my first jobs doing programming, which was for a company that did educational software, and they wanted some PC software written that will control one of these, and these, I believe that these do work on a PC as well, but they wanted to use their own software. It's a Deltronics control box, which is upside down, and basically you can plug this into your PC or your BBC, and then from there there's some software, and that allows you to control the inputs and monitor the out. The software on the BBC allows you to control the outputs, so you can turn them on and off, or monitor the inputs to see what state they're in. I think there's also some, oh, that's just a power connector and ground connectors, and then there's also these pairs for running motors, I believe. And most of these that I've seen on eBay, and you can pick these up for £10 or £15, but most of them I've not seen with any additional leads or anything with them. I've seen some that come with these. That looks like that's broken there. They perhaps come with the ribbon cable, which you need for the BBC Micro, but I haven't seen any that come with all these wires, and there's some switches and sensors and things in here as well, I believe. I think this is supposed to be a pressure pad. So this will be interesting to have a go with as the paperwork for it. I'm not sure if there's any discs actually. Can't see anything. No, but I'm sure we can find the software that's needed. Yeah, so I was quite pleased with that find, and I think it was only about £25 for that one, so not much more to get the leads with it. Still on the BBC, we've got this BBC Various box. So what have we got? Oh, a whole load of different things in here. Yeah. So I preemptively bought a variety of DIN plugs and sockets for making up leads and doing some repairs. These are the power supply cap replacement kits. I believe these are from Retro Clinic. So it's obviously there's instructions on how to do all of that, and there's the components there. So that would be for the 3 BBCs that I've just shown. This is the power lead from that disk drive, which is a bit, yeah, some screws. Looks like these are some ROMs of some sort, Video Star ROMs. Not sure what the other one is. DFS and Video Star. And I know there's some sideways RAM boards and things in here. I think some of these were actually taken out of the machines. I may have took them out, or they may have been shipped separate. I can't remember. I'm going to have to look back at my eBay purchases to figure out what's what here. This looks like it's been modded quite a bit, and it also looks like there's some sort of clock been installed on it. So as you see there, there's a battery, and yeah, I'm not quite sure what the deal is with that. And then there's some sort of circuit in here. Replay Vine Micros. I don't know what that does. And there's a replay ROM there as well. Termulator. Yeah, no idea. So all this is stuff that I've got to figure out and learn about. So it's just a case of trying to keep things intact until such a time as I can do that. What else do we have here? Okay, this is just a video signal conversion board, so you can use it a bit like a scan doubler basically. So you can connect different video inputs and get VJ output from this board. Didn't realise that was actually in there. Some sort of connector, that's to do with this. Oh, the phone's going again. Another sideways RAM board. DFS floppy wise, well, that's got a cross on it, so who knows what that means. Page maker. I think, yeah, some of these, as you can see, they've been absolutely mangled, so these Obviously we'll need replacing these pin headers to even stand a chance of using this thing. Again, it looks like this has got some kind of a mod on it. Not sure what that would have been for, whether that's clock related or a bit of a poor soldering job on there, but we'll figure it out. And again here, this is actually just a bare board, which I believe has been quite significantly stripped for parts. And someone's obviously tried doing some custom gadgetry here with this. I believe that's the keyboard connector, so who knows what's been done to this thing. And again here you can see all the standard, probably the video and serial maybe, they've all been stripped off and then someone's hardwired directly onto them. So yeah, it's a bit of a mess, but this was very cheap and it would be useful potentially for parts. Okay, I should imagine this is another board. There was two motherboards, and what I was hoping was to get one working from the two. Yeah, so again you can see there's quite a lot of bits missing off of this one, a lot of chips missing. So whether we'll be able to get two working from one depends. These are all intact. I think on one of these boards, or one of the machines, one of these is broken, so it's got some kind of module in there. I think that could be to do with disk drives, I believe. Could be wrong. Yeah, it's a bit corroded on the RF output. Yeah, none of these have got any of the EcoNet installed on them, but I can't really see me using that. And there's the WordWise Plus ROM there. I'm assuming it only needs the one chip. So yeah, interesting to have a look at all of this. Does it say what revision? Oh, that's a revision 4 board. I can't remember what these go up. Is it 7? Yeah. So this is a revision 7, so may have been a better board, but depends on what's been done to it. There's a lot of modding been done to this by the looks of it. Yeah, so I think that's it for these boxes. I'll just pack these away now.